extension for 2015 and 2019. Currently, I chair the Research Ethics Committee of the University and a faculty of the College of Engineering and Architecture. Now, what are my expectations for my students in my class? Number one, you are to be prepared during class meetings. So meaning to say, before attending my class, see to it that you have at least read all the modules or watch all the videos that I have given you prior to the conduct of our class meetings. You are also expected to submit and turn in activities on time. So there will be time scheduled for turning in of activities in Google Classroom. So see to it that you always check your inbox so that you will be reminded of when to turn in your activities. Next, you have to participate actively in class discussion. So even if this is an online class, it is expected that you are to participate actively in our class discussion. Now we have online class survival kit. Now, in order for you to have a smooth flow of the conduct of the online class, I have here some survival kit for you to consider. Number one is you find a comfortable place to study. So it is very important that in an online class, you should have a conducive place where you are going to have your online class in any particular area or place in your homes. Number two, you have to be on time. So see to it that you are ready 10 minutes before the conduct of each online class. You have to turn on mic only if you are acknowledged or if it is your time to speak. So otherwise, please turn off your mic. And then you have to observe courtesy at all times. So you have to respect each individual in the conduct of the online class. So respect your teachers, respect your classmates as well. Next is you have to stay focused. So since this is an online class, you have to pay attention to the discussion. You have to prepare for all the things that you need prior to the conduct of your online class. Next is you have to check inbox for announcement. So if you sometimes students are not aware that they are already late in submitting their activities or exams or whatever requirements, it's because they don't check their inbox regularly. So it is very important that in an online class you have to check inbox regularly so that you will be updated of the announcement and the turning in date of your activities. Submit output requirements on time. So see to it that you have to turn in all activities, all examinations on their scheduled time. Participate actively. And as much as possible, you have to turn on your camera from beginning to end. That is also one way of being focused, because if your cameras are turned off, there's a tendency that you will be tempted to do other things. So if you can, kindly turn on cameras from beginning to end of the lesson. You're not allowed to eat during class discussion. Next is you have to dress appropriately. So even if it is an online class, it is also important that you have to dress appropriately since you will be facing your teacher as well as your classmates online. Next is you have to raise hand to talk or ask questions. So there is a button for raising hand in Google Meet. In case you want to raise a point or ask questions, you have to click that button in order to be recognized. Of course, you have to be prepared and you have to jot down important details of the lessons that your teacher will be discussing during the online class. Now, what are the online class essentials that you need in order for you to get the most out of your virtual meetings? Of course, you have to have your phone or your tablet holder. So it is very conducive uh, if you have a tablet holder so that you won't be holding your phone during the class. Number two, you have to prepare your ball pens or markers. Ball pens are very important for you to jot down all the important details that your teachers will be discussing. Likewise, if you have already printed all the modules which your teacher gave you in advance, you may use the markers to highlight important notes from the module. Of course, you have to have your notebooks and paper ready for jotting down notes. You have also to prepare folders to separate modules of the different subjects so that if it's time to review, you can easily find the modules for that particular subject because they are placed in a separate folder. Now, for subjects which requires computations and calculations, see to it that you have already calculators on your desktop so that it would be very accessible for you to use in case you have math subjects. Of course, you have to prepare water and snacks, but see to it that you only drink and eat during break time. Next, you have your calendar. Now, it is very important that you have your calendar, your desk calendar, or your phone. You may use your phone calendar to calendar all the important activities, all the important announcement and schedule of examination so that you will be reminded every now and then. Next, you have to have your scratch paper, especially for subjects which requires computation. So at hand, there should be a scratch paper for you to use in case the need arises. Next, you have to check your headset and microphone. See to it that they are all working because these are very important in an online class. Now, it's also very important that you have your charger beside you during online class so that your class will not be interrupted due to being low-bat or disconnected from the class. And of course, you have your gadgets. You may use your laptop, your desktop, or your tablet or phone for your online class meetings. Now, these are the group chat guidelines. So if you are in my class, I bet you have already joined our group chat. Now, these are the guidelines for our group chat. Now, please be reminded that queries must be in the group chat and not as a private message. So please take note of that. So if you have questions regarding the lesson, see to it that you send the message in our group chat. Now, PM is only advisable if you will not attend class for a valid reason. So if in case you're going to excuse yourself from not attending a particular meeting, you can private message me in our group chat. Now, please remember also that no query shall be entertained after 5 p.m. and during weekends. Okay, so please take note of that. You have to respect also the private time and private hours of your teachers. Lastly, you're not allowed to upload anything to the GC unless permitted. Okay, so if you want to post anything, you have to seek permission from me to post it in our group chat. Now, what are the platforms that we are going to use for this semester? Of course, we have our Google Meet for our meetings, for activities, and all examinations or assignments. We are going to use the Google Classroom. And for communication, we will have our group chat in Messenger. So I think that's all for our class orientation. Now, before I end, let me just share to you one of the best authors of the book I've read. He is Stephen Covey. He is actually the author of the book, The Seven Habits of Effective People. Now, in his book, he discussed about the 7 habits of becoming an effective person. And the first habit is begin with the end in mind. So, even if we are conducting our class online, um, it is very important that we have to do everything in order to grasp or get the most out of the learnings that we get from our teachers. Now, begin with the end in mind, meaning is that we have already a vision of what we would like to become in the end. That will be our motivation to reach our goals. So in everything that you do, please remember that you always begin with the end in mind. Meaning to say, you already know what you would like to be, what you would like to do at the beginning, so that your focus will be on that goal, that is to be um, productive, and of course to become a successful individual someday. Okay, so thank you all for listening to this class orientation, and hope to see you in our class meetings. So if you still have any questions, you please feel free to comment your question below, and I will try my best to answer your queries. So see you in our class. Bye.